Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by again today. I want to talk about, overcoming the heartaches of living abroad. I didn't say heartaches, I said heartaches. It's hard changing your life. It's hard moving into another country, moving overseas. And many of us are unprepared. We're not in shape. Not physically, but we don't bring ourselves up to speed of what it's really like to live in that country of our choice. Social media makes everything look so easy when it's not. It's not easy at all. There's some problems we run into, but there's some things you can do, and so I want to touch on both sides. You hear me talking about language a lot. Not knowing the language, not understanding the language is a big heartache. And we don't realize it till you get here and you don't know what people are saying. Whether it's here or anywhere else, stop thinking that you can get around this. Every day that you don't know the language, you fall further and further behind. Over here in the Philippines, people can understand you. And they can speak your language when they want to. But remember, you're in the Philippines. And 99% of them speak Filipino, one dialect or another. They're gracious enough to communicate with you. But once they hit that switch, you're lost. And for me, language is the eighth wonder of the world. And when you're cut off from that, man, it can cause a whole lot of problems. You're putting yourself at a great disadvantage. So I'm not saying become fluent, but at least know something of the language. And if you don't, just know that I warned you, that it's a heartache. And it's going to cause you some problems eventually. Something else is we don't know the geography. We don't know our way around. We haven't studied it long enough. Used to hear my buddy John talk about, oh yeah, the Philippines is the size of California, this and that. Look, this place is vast, man. You would never know just looking on some map. I'm here on CTishay Island yesterday. We took the kids on an island tour. It's 72 kilometers around this island, man. And there's so many places that you can see on here. So many places you can go that I never even knew existed. Or I forgot they existed. We don't know the geography. So what happens is we'll get to a place and we'll think Manila, that's the Philippines. Or Cebu, we don't get around enough. Because we just don't know where to go. What's the best place for me? What's the best fit for me? Remember, you're not in shape. You didn't do the research. This is where women are a whole lot better at planning than men. But we don't know the geography, so we end up getting lost, basically. And I don't know if anybody's ever been lost before. You know how scary that can be. You may panic. But we don't know the geography. Learn the geography. This place is so spread out, man. You wouldn't believe it. Everywhere you go, it's like being in a whole other country, believe it or not. Another heartache, and this is a big one, is we don't know the culture and traditions. Big problem here. Because a lot of times we're disrespecting people and we don't even know it. We're violating people and don't even know it. I'm going to give you a perfect example over here in the Philippines, because everybody knows this is where I am. At 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 6 o'clock, if you're in a store, in the mall, or whatever, they stop for the prayer. Everything stops. And if you don't know what to do, just stop. Don't keep walking. Don't disrespect the culture. Always err on the side of caution. If you see everybody else just standing still, it may look strange to you. Just stand still for the few minutes while they say that prayer and let it go. But it can even get deeper than that. That's just something simple. We don't know the cultures. We don't know the traditions. And it can get you in a lot of trouble. It doesn't work the same way over here as it does in your country. I've said that 10,000 times. I'm going to keep on saying it. You're in a whole different culture. Things work totally different. Sometimes opposite of what you're used to. But that's a heartache, man, when you don't know what to do, when to do it, why they're doing it, the culture and traditions. This last thing I'll talk about, because really it's a lot of stuff. But the loneliness, man, and the emptiness that seemingly comes out of nowhere, it's going to strike you. But I say, sometimes you don't have to do nothing, because that's going to pass. Remember, I'm coming up on 5 years here, man. It strikes you, man. It comes out of nowhere. You're thinking, well, maybe if I get around more people, maybe if I start exercising, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do that. No, maybe if you do nothing and just ride it out and let it pass, guys. You know, most of us, we give up. Psychologists say to give yourself 6 to 12 months to get acclimated, to get comfortable with your new place, with the new country, with the people, with their ways. Give yourself about 6 to 12 months, man. Give yourself some time. Find you a boots on the ground source. If you want to know about the Philippines, then ask the Filipino. Does that make sense? But if you want to know what life is like over here for a foreigner, then ask the foreigner. But give yourself some time. Get you a boots on the ground resource, man. It's very, very important. Somebody has been there and done that. They've got all the answers. You don't know where you are. You don't know what to do. You don't know when to do it, how to do it. It's okay to ask. A lot of us, we're not accustomed to asking. We're just, especially when you come from the West, you know, everybody does it, everything for themselves. You know, I don't need any help. I've got this. But sometimes, man, if you want to overcome the heartaches of living abroad, you got to ask for help. So thank y'all so much. I just wanted to make this short video. You know, my channel is about helping people, man. Sometimes my videos are inspirational, motivational, entertaining, but most of the time they're informative. But they're never bashing anybody, never putting anybody down. I just want to be of service to my fellow man and woman. You know, a lot of people, they've never traveled overseas before. Social media, we make it look so easy, but it's really not easy, man. There's a lot of heartaches. You want to give up. You want to go home. And sometimes you just have to acknowledge failure. Okay, maybe it's the wrong place. Maybe I chose the wrong country. Maybe it's the wrong time. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's some more stuff I got to work on before I can make the transition work. But every failure just brings you closer to success. Failure doesn't mean stop. It really means try again with me. That's what it means. As an insurance agent, trust me. You get used to rejection. You get used to no. You get used to failure. But every successful person that you see, that you know, if you ask them, what's their keys to success? They're going to say they failed many times. Thomas Edison said it was just another way to find out what doesn't work. So thank y'all for stopping by again. Wherever you are in the world, there's always somebody worse off than you. If you can't help them, if you can't, then don't make their life any worse than what it is. Remember, you know, we can be kind. We have the power to change people's lives. I'm in the Philippines, not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. Every single day. I know the power of compound interest. That's why I'm living the life today I never even knew existed, guys. I say a lot of things because I try to give you the 360. But when it's all said and done, man, I'm going to choose the Philippines 10 times out of 10 times. Because it checks off all the boxes for me. The people welcome me here. The weather. You see the sea. I'm a beach person. Of course, the women, man. Look, if you take your time, you can find a good woman here. But for most of us, we're always in a damn hurry. I've tweaked my diet. I mean, it's just, I can keep going on and on, but life is good over here. I never want to discourage anybody, but I'm going to give you the 360. I can't just give you the sunshine without the rain. So help somebody today, wherever you are. You're going to help yourself, because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID-free. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. I want to say thank you to everybody that's went to Amazon and downloaded the setup part 2. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and download that. Give me some support. There's one last episode, part 3, the final episode. I'm going to wrap that up. And I've got some great stories. I've also have me an editor now. So going forward, part 3 and on, you're going to see my work jump out at you even more. Take care, everybody.